Hey friends of future millionaires, Gregory Pierre Louis here, a backpack entrepreneur. In this training, I want to give you an over-the-shoulder look at how I approach charting and mark up my charts, okay? So the first thing we're going to need to do before you get started is make sure you have TradingView, all right? TradingView is a charting tool that we use in order to mark up our charts. So if you don't already have an account with TradingView, please visit tradingview.com and set up a free account, all right? Now, once you get to TradingView, you want to go over here to charts, okay? And if you don't have a background with TradingView, please do your due diligence and get familiar with the platform so that you can go ahead and execute and mark up your charts, all right? So once you have your chart open here, my goal today is to mark up gold, all right? I see I'm on AUD, JPY. So what I'm going to do is open up my watch list here and go to gold. All right, this is my watch list. I watch 15 pairs. These are the pairs that I trade, but I focus on just 4, okay? And if you are a student and a scholar inside of Forex University, you will know exactly which 4 pairs those are. But today, I'm going to simply give you an over-the-shoulder look at how I'm going to approach charting gold and mark up that chart. All right, so I'm just going to click on gold and I'm going to get rid of all that. So now we have a clear chart, okay? Now, the first thing you want to do when you start marking up your charts is come over here and get your rectangle, right? So we're going to draw just a random rectangle, okay? And let me make sure I change the colors because I like to color code my zones. All right. Boom. And I'm also going to come over here and make sure I got my calculator open. My calculator's open. Perfect. And now I want to come over to babypips.com. All right. So if you don't already have an account with Baby Pips, what you need to do is go ahead and create an account with Baby Pips, all right? And then log in. As you can see in the upper right-hand corner, I am already logged in. So once you're on babypips.com, I want you to focus on this top menu bar here, okay? When you come all the way over to the right, you see a tab labeled Market Milk, all right? I want you to click on that tab. This is where the magic happens. All right, give it a second to load. And it should take you to the Market Milk platform, okay? Now, once you're on this platform, by default, it's going to give you FXCM as a price source, okay? Now, I want you to come over to your left where it says Watch List, right? And click on this tab here that says the majors, all right? Now, I typically change my price source to Forex.com. And the reason I do that is because I live here in the United States and Forex.com happens to be one of the regulated brokers that I use. So they are a trusted broker with prices that I trust, right? Another broker that I trust is FXCM. So you might be living in another part of the world where FXCM is your preferred broker. That is fine. I recommend these two as the price sources, all right? So I'm going to go ahead and pick Forex.com. And we are going to mark up gold, right? So we go ahead and find our metals. We're going to choose our symbol, gold. And it's going to take you to a page that's going to reveal all of the key levels and trading ranges that you need to pay attention to, all right? Now, this is available to the public, but not a lot of people know about it and or leverage this tool. All right, so I wanted to share it today with you because it's something that I discovered that has really been helping me with my accuracy and sniper entries. All right, so you have your TradingView account, you have your Baby Pips account. Now you're on Market Milk, getting your key levels. All right, So here we are on gold, and we're going to start with our 1 year low. All right, so I'm just going to grab that value, okay, and copy it. Now, the next important thing that you're going to need is the Charting Secrets PDF. All right, now you'll only receive this Charting Secrets PDF as a scholar here at Forex University. So if you're not already a scholar, you're going to want to go ahead and click the link in the description right now to learn more about who we are, what we do, and how we can help you learn how to trade and navigate the financial markets. All right. So now as a student, you're going to receive this Charting Secrets PDF, and inside of the Charting Secrets PDF on page 11, as you can see here, is the cheat sheet. All right. Now on this cheat sheet, you're going to find the pairs that are on my watch list. Okay. 15 pairs, and their correlated cheat sheet value, okay? Now, each pair has a specific value that we're going to use when it comes to creating our zones, all right? Now, as you see gold here, that value is 2.5, okay? Now, while using these values, it's going to help us to create 5-point zone, all right, with gold. It's going to help us to create a 5-point zone. All right, so remember that value, 2.5. Okay, so we've copied the 1 year low, right? We're going to come over to our calculator, enter that value here, and simply add 2.5. Okay, and that's what we get. So we're going to come over to our chart. Remember this, 1453.775, right? I'm going to come over to our chart. We're going to label this 1 year low. We're going to go over to our coordinates and grab them. 1453.775, right? 1453.775. And now we're going to minus 2.5. Okay? 1451.275 brings us back to our original value, right? And then we're going to subtract 2.5 again. 1448.775. Going to come over here, enter that value, 1448.775. Go to style, extend right, extend left. Make sure those coordinates are correct, 1448. Yep. Let me clear this chart so there's no confusion when I come back. And boom. Now we have our 1 year low zone, okay? Now we're going to move on to create our 1 year high zone. So I'm going to go ahead and grab that value, go back to my calculator, input that value, and add 2.5, okay? Remember, 2.5 is our cheat sheet value number here for gold, right? It's our cheat sheet number for gold. So we add 2.5, this is what we get, right? Remember that. We're going to come back over to our chart. I'm going to copy the zone that we just created and paste it there, okay? Remove that text. Now we have a non-labeled zone. That's what I want. I'm going to go ahead and copy that so there's no confusion in the future. And this is going to be our 1 year high, all right? Now we go ahead and plot the coordinates for that. 2075.11, 2075.11 plus 2.5, all right, we got that, boom. I'm going to put that right here, 2075.11, 2077.61, sorry, 2077.61. Come back to our calculator, minus 2.5. Brings us back to our original value, right? For that level. And then we subtract 2.5 again. 2072.61. We'll input that here. 2072.61. Make sure it's labeled. And now we have our 1 year high zone. So now we have our 1 year low and our 1 year high zone, all right? And it's as simple as that. We're going to just repeat this process, all right? So 1 year high, 1 year low, check. So if we notice here, our 6-month high is the same as our 1 year high, right? So I'm just going to come over to our chart and add that here so I don't have to do any extra work, right? Label that because it's the same value, same zone. Boom. So now that we have our 1 year high and low, our 6-month high, I'm going to move over to our 6-month low. All right, so let me grab that, clear the calculator so there's no confusion, input that value, add 2.5, 1767.11, remember that. Boom. 6-month low, 1767.11, 1767.11. Boom. Go back to our calculator, minus 2.5. Back to our original value for that level, minus 2.5 again. 1762.11 is going to be the coordinates for the bottom of our zone, right? 1762.11. Come back to our zone. Come back to our chart. 1762.11. Create that zone, and voila, we have our 6-month low. Okay, so now we go back here to market milk, and if you notice, our 3-month low is also the same as our 6-month low, right? So what I'm going to do is hop back over here on the chart and label that. Save ourselves some work. 3-month low. Boom. So now we have our 1 year high and low, our 6-month high and low, and our 3-month low. Let's go ahead and plot our 3-month high. All right. So let me clear the calculator so there's no confusion. We go ahead and paste the non-labeled zone and label it 3-month high. Get ready to plot our coordinates, right? Make sure we have it. Come over to our calculator, input that here, plus 2.5, our cheat sheet value number for gold, right? 1968.07. So we're just going to take 1968.07, input that here, come back over to our calculator, minus 2.5, brings us back to our original value, minus 2.5 again, gives us the coordinates for the bottom of our zone, 1963.07. Come back over to the chart, 1963.07, and now we have our 3-month high, okay? So let's head back over to market milk. We have our 1 year high and low, 6-month high and low, 3-month high and low plotted on our chart. Now we're going to do the 1 month high and low, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and grab the 1 month low. Boom. Head back over to our calculator. Clear it so there's no confusion. Head back over here to the chart. Prepare that zone. Label it 1 month low. Go to our coordinates. Prepare that. Input the value 1817.235. Let's make sure that's right. Boom. Add 2.5. 1819.735 is the coordinates for the top of our zone. 1819.735. 1819.735. Let's get the bottom coordinates. Minus 2.5 brings us back to our original key level. Minus 2.5 again is 1814.735 are the coordinates for the bottom of our zone. 1814.735. 1814.735. That's the 1 month low. Our 1 month low is set. Okay, so let's go ahead and plot the 1 month high. We're almost done here, right? So come back over here. 1 month high. Get ready to plot our coordinates. Make sure we have it. Boom. Head to our calculator. Clear it so there's no confusion. Place the value there. Add 2.5. Our cheat sheet value number for gold, right? Get the coordinates for the top of our zone. 1961.845. I'm going to input that there, 1961.845. Let's go get the bottom coordinates. Minus 2.5 equals, brings us back to our original value for that key level. Minus 2.5 again equals 1956.845, the bottom coordinates of our zone, right? So I'm going to input that on the chart, 1956.845, 1956.845. Boom. And now we have our 1 month high, right? And our 1 month high kind of overlaps our 3 month high, right? And if I drop down to a daily time frame, you'll see it right here. And you'll notice that once the market broke down and through that level, it serves as a strong level of resistance, right? You have 2 overlapping zones, right? These are key things to pay attention to. And as we track this market, and you see every single time it came back up to the zone, it got rejected. It came back up to the zone, got rejected. So we know this level right here, this zone right here, this area of interest is a very important area, right? So these are just some key things to pay attention to when you're marking up your charts and you're looking to do some technical analysis, all right? So now we have our 1 year high and low, 6 month high and low, 3 month high and low, and 1 month high and low, okay? Now we're going to go ahead and plot our 1 week high and low. So I'm going to grab that value, right? Make sure my calculator is clear so there's no confusion. Prepare the zone, right? Call this our 1 week low. And what I do with my 1 week lows to differentiate them from my monthly zones, what I do with my weekly zones to differentiate them from my monthly zones is color code them, right? I just changed the color. So we're going to go ahead and change that color to blue, okay? So now we can clearly see on the chart the difference between the monthly zones and the weekly zones, right? So now we're going to go ahead and plot those coordinates, okay? So make sure we have the low, boom. Come over to our calculator, add 2.5, get 1819.735, 1819.735. Let's get the bottom coordinates, minus 2.5 equals, brings us back to our original level for that zone, minus 2.5 equals. Now we have the coordinates for the bottom of our weekly low zone. It's 1814.735. So we're going to take that and head over to the chart and plot that. 1814.735. 1814.735. And boom, we have our weekly low zone, right? So I'm just going to grab that and copy it to save myself from changing the color again, right? So now I'm going to paste that and change this to 1 week high, right? I'm going to go ahead and grab those coordinates. Boom, head over to our calculator, clear this so there's no confusion. Paste that there, add 2.5. Now we have the coordinates for the top of our 1 week high zone, 1866.145. So we're going to put that here, 1866.145. We'll go ahead and grab the bottom coordinates, minus 2.5. Brings us back to the original key level, right? I'm going to minus 2.5 again. And we get 1861.145. These are the coordinates for the bottom of our zone for the 1 week high. So 1861.145. Let's go ahead and plot that. 1861.145. And now we have our 1 week high and low. So when we look back, we have successfully plotted our 1 year high and low, 6 month high and low, 3 month high and low, 1 month high and low, and our 1 week high and low. Now let's go over to the chart and see how that looks. From a weekly time frame, you can see how the markets have been moving. Let's drop down to a daily time frame. you get to see even more clearer how the market is reacting to these zones, right? We drop down to a 4-hour time frame, and you just see how clean it is, right? And how the market reacts to these zones so nicely. Now, you might be asking why I took this approach, all right? Now, I've been marking up my charts for over 5 years, and what I found is when you start on a higher time frame, like the daily time frame, right? And you plot a rectangle, for example, right? And then you drop down to a lower time frame, what happens is the zone that you plotted, it's not the same size, right? It drastically changes. So what I've done is found a way to keep things constant and keep your chart looking clean. That's why I call this training Charting Secrets. I am literally giving you guys over 5 years of blood, sweat, and tears trying to figure this stuff out. So what you're going to do once your chart is marked up and you have your key levels and zones, you want to move on to the next pair, right? So if you have a watch list like I do, so the next pair for me would be USD/JPY. Now, when plotting USD/JPY, you want to make sure again that your calculator is clear so that you're not confused, and always refer back to the Charting Secrets PDF, because on this cheat sheet, you're going to get the cheat sheet value for the specific pair that you are charting, right? So for example, if we moved on to USD/JPY, we would come over here to the cheat sheet, take a look at what that cheat sheet value is for USD/JPY, and you can see here that it is 0.03. So we would repeat the process, and as we input those values into our calculator, we would just be using the correct cheat sheet value correlated to that pair. So another piece of advice that I would give you when it comes to marking up the charts is I choose to wait until the market is closed. So I wait until Friday when the market's completely shut down in order to mark my charts, because if you try marking your charts using this technique during the week, what's going to happen is you're going to find that these values are constantly moving, right? And you're going to have a hard time trying to keep up and catch up to the market. But what happens on Friday when the market completely shuts down and closes, it gives you an opportunity now to look at the market while it's at a standstill and analyze what's happened over the past week. Now that you can have a clear picture of what's happened over the past week, you can come up with a trading plan on how you want to really approach the market for the upcoming trade week ahead. All right. So that is why I wait until Friday and Saturday to mark my charts, so that by Sunday open, I am ready for the trade week to begin. And I have all of the zones and areas of interest already on my chart. And then I just wait for the market to come to me. So I hope this training was helpful. I hope you got value from this training and it helped you to better understand how I approach charting and marking my charts. All right. See you guys in the next training.